Why would a spiritual person revert back to Christianity? It goes back to initiations, which New Age spirituality would call groundedness. I think groundedness is like a really watered down way of explaining it. So I'm going to say initiations. When you go through your initiations and your rites of passage, you create a container for more wisdom, right? You become wiser. You actually become the container for more wisdom. New Age spirituality is sort of an entitled, more colonial view on things instead of, indigenous matriarchal. It's colonial patriarchal, and it says, give me more and more. I want, addicted, need to feel the hit, need to feel the awakening, want more, want my vision board. It's a very entitled energy, and when people overactivate that without going through their initiations or rites of passage, they're essentially activating and calling in more than they can hold, and that causes a fritz in the system and creates severe nervous system overload. And when we go into that place of fear and overload, we revert back to what is most practiced. And for pretty much everyone that's gone back to spirituality or back to Christianity after being in spirituality, it's because they started in Christianity. It was embedded in them from childhood. So, of course, that's what they turn to when they have misused the power in their spiritual connection. They revert back to what their nervous system knows. The most familiar thing you can find is what you'll revert back to in times of extreme trauma. That's why you have to take time to breathe during those times, because you will go towards the old and you'll lose your mindfulness. And that's what's happening. And I will say, my bet is those people will not stay in Christianity. They just need to go take a little nap. They need their nappies because they've been going at it too hard in the spiritual realm. And hopefully when they return, they're going to return with more reverence and mindfulness and an understanding that they needed to expand and go through initiations and rites of passage in order to hold the power and the beauty and all the goodness that they were calling in.